friends, it's Karen here from the Stitch Sessions, and today we have a really fun wonky stitch tutorial for you. I can't stop calling this stitch wonky. I just think it's adorable and cute, and wonky is the best word for it. This is the Parquet stitch, and it creates this really lovely, somewhat lacy texture, but if you look closely, it kind of has this little wonky flow to it. So the idea is that we create these arches using these chain threes, and they're stacked on top of each other, but if you notice, they're not perfectly symmetrical. So this one kind of veers to the left, then the right, the left, the right, the left, the right. And that effect is created by using a combination of single crochets and double crochets along with your chains. And I'll talk about that once we get into the tutorial. But if you are like a brand new baby crocheter and all you know how to do is chains and single crochets, you are going to be absolutely fine. There are double crochets in this as well, but I think that you'll be fine. If you watch it nice and slow, you're going to be a-okay. And the fabric is the same on the back as it is on the front. And I just think there's so many cool, fun possibilities you can do with this stitch. It can be nice and airy, but I think it can also be really cozy and cushy too. I'm really excited to get you guys going. I think you'll be surprised at how fun this wonky stitch is to work on. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for today's tutorial, I'm just going to be using a medium 4-weight yarn. I actually don't have the label to this yarn. It was gifted to me. So just a medium 4-weight yarn. I think this would be a really cool stitch to try out in a bulky yarn. I think it would create a really cushy, cozy fabric, which might be really pretty for scarves and afghans, things like that. So that's the yarn I'm going to be using. The hook size today is a 5mm hook, which is also known as an H or a size 8 if you go by those hook labels. So let's get to it. So we're going to begin by placing a slip knot on our hook. And this stitch is done in multiples of 3 plus 1. So that means you're going to chain 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 until you get your desired length. And then you're going to add one more chain at the end. For this stitch tutorial, I'm going to chain up a total of 15. So that is 5 sets of 3. And then I'm going to add one more at the end. So that's going to give me 16. So I have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have 3 sets of 5 and then one more at the end. Okay, so I have 16 in total. After this, I do want to have a turning chain. So I'm going to add one more. Okay, so from here, I now want to find the second chain from the hook, which is this one here. And I'm going to place a single crochet into that chain, just like that. Now remember that the loop on the hook never counts as anything. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to go back into that same chain and we are going to place a double crochet. Okay, so you have something that looks like that. You have a little arch here and a double crochet. Next, we are going to skip the next 2 chains, 1 and 2, and into the third chain, you are going to repeat what we just did. You're going to place a single crochet, you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to double crochet back into that same chain. Just like that. You'll skip the next 2 into the third. You will single crochet, chain 3, 2, 3, and then double crochet into that same chain. So that's what you're going to repeat to the end of the row, 1, 2, and into the third. I'm almost at the end, so I'm just going to hang out with you guys. I'm going to chain 3 and then double crochet into that same chain space. And then skip the next 2, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet into that same chain. And then I've got 3 chains left, so I'm going to skip the next 2 and into that last chain, I'm just going to single crochet. So row number 1 is complete. And so my work looks something like this. So you've got these funny arches, and don't worry that your work is curling. That's totally normal. We've overloaded the stitches here. So I should have 5 arches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are done in sets of 3. And so this is the establishing row. So now as we build our work up, we are going to repeat rows 2 and 3. So let's go on to row number 2. So in row number 2, we will chain 3, turn our work, and into that same single crochet, we are going to place a double crochet. So at the beginning of every even row, this is how you're going to begin. You will always chain 3 and then double crochet back into the single crochet from the previous row. Okay, so every even number row, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. That's how you will begin the row. From here, what's really cool is now you have these arches that you can work into. So we're going to just go into the arch following this stitch, and we're going to place a single crochet, chain 3, and then you're going to double crochet into the same space. So instead of skipping stitches and finding stitches, we now have arches we're working into. And then we go to the next arch and we do the same thing. Single crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. Nice and easy. Next arch, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet. Really good to review all your basic stitches. So again, single crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. Okay, now we've got our last arch here. So we're going to single crochet, we're going to chain 3, but this time instead of doing our double crochet into the arch, we're actually going to do it into that single crochet that this arch comes out of. So I'm just going to insert my hook there and double crochet. And that is how we end row number 2. So I still should always have 5 arches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this technically is on the side of your work. It does not count as your row work, we'll call it. Okay, so you can see this arch is a little offset from this arch. So that's what makes this stitch kind of interesting. And it's a little bit lacy as well. Okay, so let's go on to row number 3 now, and then you'll pretty much be set on how to get this going. So for row number 3, we're going to do something a little different. We're only going to chain 1. We'll turn our work, so every odd numbered row, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc., etc., you will only chain 1 and then single crochet into the top of that double crochet here. Okay, so you're going to single crochet. Then from here, you will chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And now into this arch here, you will double crochet. So just like that. Okay, so that's our next arch there. And then from here on out, you will repeat how we created our arches previously. So you find the next arch, you single crochet, chain 3, and then double crochet. So that's what makes the arch a little wonky, because single crochet is shorter than a double crochet, as you can see. So it kind of gives that little tic-tac effect of your arches. So again, single crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. Okay, next arch, single crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. So next arch is single crochet, chain 3, and then you double crochet back into the arch. And now at the end of your row, remember how we had this little bump out here on the side? So what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet into the top of that double crochet there. And row number 3 is complete. So this is where there's just the slight variance between row 2 and row 3 is how they begin. So if I were to now go on to row number 4, we know that I'm going to repeat row number 2. So for row number 4, which is an even numbered row, I would chain 3 to begin, turn my work, and then I would go right back into that same stitch and double crochet. So all your even rows will begin like this. And then I can work into my arches. Single crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work up several more rows so you can kind of get a little bit more of the full effect of this stitch. But essentially, you're just repeating row 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3 to get this really cool effect. So I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch more rows, and then I'll just be back in a moment. Okay, guys, so here it is. I've done a total of 8 rows. So hopefully you can see the effect a little bit better. See how it's kind of lacy, but if you used a bulky yarn, it would actually look kind of cushy. So it does look the same on both sides, but I think now you can see how those arches kind of zigzag a little bit. So you see the arch goes here, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So I think that's what makes it kind of cool. So it's airy but cushy. It's very, very interesting. The other thing that's interesting, you'll notice, is that it creates this beautiful scallop on one edge, but not on the other. So I'm not sure why the designer, whoever came up with this stitch, kind of did it that way. I would have mimicked the arches on the other side. So maybe this is meant to be done in blocks. So kind of like a granny square. So maybe you would do like another block with the straight end butted against it, and then the straight end butted against the bottom. So you always have the arches on the outside. But I find that very peculiar. So I'm not sure what the reasoning is for that, but it does make it very, very interesting. Isn't it a neat stitch? So let me know what you think you might do with this stitch, because this is giving me all kinds of inspiration, especially for, like I said, a bulky yarn or even a super fine weight yarn. This would look, I think, super pretty in a shawl, in a very, very fine weight, like a fingering weight yarn. Ooh, that would be so pretty. Let me know what you guys think you would do with this stitch. And also, if you have any deeper questions about it, hopefully not. I think it was pretty straightforward, but you never know. But if you do have any deeper questions, leave those also for me in the comment box down below. I do know some of you like to email me directly, so feel free to do that. You can do so at info@crochetcrafty.com. And as always, make sure to attach a photo of your work just so I can get a closer look at what's going on. And then I can probably help you a little bit better. As always, come check out the website. There's a lot of fantastic crochet resources there for you. There's sizing charts, there's planning checklists, there's free written patterns, and there's also a link to my Etsy shop if you want to support the channel a little further. So I always appreciate having you guys come and visit me every Wednesday when I upload a brand new video. And if you're new here and you kind of enjoyed this little tutorial, I hope that you will explore other videos that we have on the channel. And of course, I invite you to press that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. And then you get to hang out with me every Wednesday. Oh, and the other thing is, come say hi to me. I'm on Instagram and Facebook at The Stitch Session. So especially if you're working on any of my designs, or if you're creating a project using one of our stitches that we've introduced you to, then please do tag me. I always love to see what colorways you guys are using to infuse into your work. So that's it for this week. I hope that you have an amazing day. Happy crocheting as always. Take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in next week's session. Bye-bye.